Have you ever gotten that feeling that maybe there's more to the world than meets the eye? That maybe the numbers all around us carry secret messages? Well, today, we're going to try and unlock a hidden code. It's a story of duality, of chaos and order that's woven into two of the most basic numbers you can think of, 6 and 7.
Our journey kicks off with a phrase you probably heard a million times, made famous by none other than Shakespeare: to be at 6s and 7s. We all know it means to be a mess, to be in a state of chaos. But what if that's not just a saying? What if that feeling of disorder is actually a clue?
What if this little piece of language is actually a breadcrumb, leading us back to a kind of ancient blueprint, one that connects everything from the planets in the sky to old gods and, yeah, even to the very building blocks of life itself?
Okay, so let's start by breaking down this phrase that's been hiding in plain sight.
So the most common story you'll hear takes us back to an old dice game called Hazard. And in that game, throwing a 6 or a 7 was a massive gamble. A high-risk, all-or-nothing bet. A moment of pure chaos. So right from the get-go, these two numbers are linked together by chance, by conflict, by total disorder. Just keep that in your back pocket. That's our first big clue.
But a simple game of dice? That's really just scratching the surface. This theme of chaos and conflict goes way, way deeper. In a lot of esoteric traditions, these numbers represent a primal fight that plays out on a cosmic scale, a clash between two incredibly powerful archetypes.
And here it is, laid out plain and simple. On one hand, you've got the number 6. It's linked to Lucifer, not as an evil figure, but as Venus, the morning star. It represents Friday, the 6th day, a symbol of light, beauty, and maybe a little rebellion. But then you have number 7. This is tied to Satan as Saturn, representing Saturday. This is the force of limitation, of rules, of the heavy material world, the established order. So you see the dynamic? One brings the spark, the other brings the structure.
And this diagram just illustrates that connection perfectly. This is the planetary heptagram, and it's a huge deal in occultism. It maps the energetic flow between the planets and the days of the week. And I want you to notice the line that moves directly from Venus, which rules Friday, the 6th day, straight to Saturn, which rules Saturday, the 7th. It's like a roadmap of this ancient archetypal shift.
Now here's what's really wild. This whole 6-7 dynamic isn't just a one-off thing. It pops up again and again and again in different spiritual traditions and divination systems all over the world.
Let's look at the Tarot, for example. Card number 6 is the Lovers. It's all about a major choice, a crossroads. But what comes right after that choice? Card number 7, the Chariot. And that card is all about willpower, discipline, and driving forward to make that choice a reality. See the pattern? 6 presents the potential, and 7 gives you the structure to make it happen.
We see a really similar journey in Kabbalah's Tree of Life. The 6th sphere, or Sephirah, is Tifareth. It stands for beauty, balance, spiritual harmony. And it connects right to the 7th, Netzach, which literally means victory. So here, the path from 6 to 7 isn't so much about conflict, it's about transformation, taking that inner beauty and turning it into real-world success.
But it's not always about a struggle. In Santeria, these numbers link up with powerful spirits called Orishas. The number 6 is tied to Ogun, the fierce, fiery god of iron and work, and 7 belongs to Yemoja, the great mother goddess of the ocean. Their pairing isn't a battle at all. It's a kind of divine harmony. It's what happens when raw, focused strength meets the deep, powerful flow of water.
But then we flip the coin again, and the interpretation gets, well, a little darker. In the ancient art of geomancy, the 6th figure is called a missio, which means loss, and it's ruled by Venus. The 7th is carcer, which means the prison, ruled by Saturn. Put them together, and you've got a pretty serious cautionary tale, a warning about being trapped by your desires, a loss of freedom. Okay, so we've dug through all these ancient systems. But what if I told you this ancient code is still alive, right now, hiding out in the open as a modern meme?
And that number is 67. Now, to researchers who are deep in the occult, this isn't just a random number. They see it as a marker, a kind of signature that pops up in some, let's just say, very unexpected and very significant places.
So why this number? Why 67? Why does it seem to be linked to things ranging from the totally mundane to the deeply morbid? Well, according to these systems, the answer lies in the esoteric art of gematria.
Now, get ready for this, because the list of things that add up to 67 is
Kinda wild. In certain gematria systems, where letters get assigned a number value, the word female equals 67. Okay, so does Gmail and Kobe. And then, on a much, much darker note, so does the phrase blood sacrifice. I mean, it's just a bizarre and honestly unsettling collection of ideas, all sharing the same exact number.
And even the simple math here is symbolic. You add them up, 6 plus 7 is 13, a number that's famous for representing rebellion and breaking the rules. Multiply them, and 6 times 7 is 42, and in the Bible there are exactly 42 generations from Abraham to Jesus, which signifies, a complete historical cycle.
So, we've journeyed from Shakespeare to planetary gods to modern gematria, but this last piece of the puzzle, this is the one that takes us from the mystical right down to the material, to the very foundation of our physical world.
And this might be the most profound connection of all. It's not hidden in some ancient scroll, it's right there on the periodic table. The atomic number of carbon, the absolute foundation of all known life, is 6. The atomic number of nitrogen, which is essential for the amino acids that create that life, is 7. It's right there, in the fundamental building blocks of our reality, the dance of 6 and 7. The structure of life, and the energy that makes it all happen.
So just think about it. This one single pattern echoes everywhere, from this huge cosmic story of rebellion and order, down to the personal balance of choice and willpower, all the way down to the very atoms that make us who we are.
Which leaves us with one final, huge question. Is this constant dance between 6 and 7 just a string of really fascinating coincidences that people have collected over centuries? Or are we actually getting a glimpse of a fundamental pattern, a kind of cosmic blueprint of creation and destruction, freedom and structure that's truly woven into the fabric of reality itself?